Welcome back to the channel, guys. Expose and educate. Today we are somewhere suggested by a subscriber, so the sign probably doesn't give it away completely, other than saying the Oldbury site. But if we come over this way, there's a bit of a tree in the way at the moment, but you'll probably guess what it is as we get a bit closer and it appears in the screen. So guys, this is Oldbury Power Station. It's on the banks of the River Severn. Apparently they get a bit tetchy down here. People filming and the likes. So we're going to have a little look around, see if we get any contact with people. So this is a nuclear licensed site, so you can see by the size of the gates it's pretty impressive. Only one vehicle permitted in the vehicle lock at any one time. So there's something you don't leave out and about, see out and about every day. That's a mirror for searching under the cars, and we've got to take extra care when blue reflectors show icy conditions. Well, not much chance of that today. Clearly a no drone site. So protected site under section 128 of the Serious Organised Crime and Police Act 2005. Trespass on this site is a criminal offence. So let's see what this sign over here says. So this is general site rules, PPE, use of mobile phones restricted and can only be used in offices. Keep Oldbury clean and tidy. This area is covered by CCTV. Random drug and alcohol testing. Security searches will be required. Smoking restrictions in force. Act safely. If in doubt, ask. Oldbury site response level is heightened. So I don't think there's anywhere we can. Hello, mate. I got told you've got a visitor centre. But it doesn't look as though you have. I've been misinformed, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Cool, you look serious, mate, you alright?
What's the crack with the camera, mate? Shouldn't be having cameras around here, really.
Why's that?
That's just the site rules.
I know there's a site rule not on site.
No, on site as well.
Same with
Pointing them at the site.
Doesn't say anything, because I'm always very careful with signs. I've read everything. I understand what you're saying though, so I'll foxtrot Oscar, as they say. But I'm going to keep filming out and about, but I won't go anywhere I'm not allowed to.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you've got with drones and stuff like that, so no flying site.
I haven't got a drone with me, so you're all right.
Right, okay, mate.
But I understand where you're coming from. I did notice that sign, so keep smiling, guys. Pretty secure, isn't it? Is it right that this is closing down, this one?
Shut.
Oh, it is shut. So what are they doing then? Just sort of deactivating it or whatever it's called?
Exactly, yeah.
Is that what it's called? Deactive? Yeah. Okay. So not so many people here as there used to be.
No.
Fair play. All right, buddy. Oh, thank you. I'll just walk anywhere I can get to, just looking at the architecture, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Nothing nefarious. You don't have to worry. You can keep your eye on me on the cameras. Cheers, mate. Thank you. So that's quite an interesting map. Look, we got sites all over the country. Winfrith, Harwell, Dungeness, Bradwell, Sizewell, Hinckley, Oldbury, Berkeley.
You've got any cat video in there, mate?
Why's that, mate?
Eh?
Why's that?
Well, because it's a nuclear power station
Yeah.
and we don't allow video in, so if you can take yourself off the site.
I've just said to your colleague,
Yeah.
I very, very carefully checked all the signs. and I'm aware that there's no videoing within the site.
Well, you are within sight now.
But technically this is a visitor's reception, and I've come in asking this lovely young man a question, and I'm just off. I was just interested to see the other sites on the map, and I'm...
Yeah, but we can look by all means, but you need to turn your camera off.
Why is that though?
Well, because we don't allow video in.
But where's your signs to say that, young man?
Well, I don't need signs, because you're on our
Well,
site.
I do, because I'm a visitor.
Yeah, no, but you're on our site, that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But you could be making it up, with all due respect.
It doesn't matter if I'm making it up, does
Well,
it?
of course it does.
I work for the company.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it does. That's like me coming into your front room and trying to video in your front room.
This isn't your house, is it, for a
It
start?
doesn't make any difference.
But with all due respect, policy doesn't override law, and although you say you work for the company, you could be the managing director or you could be the toilet cleaner, with all due respect.
Does it?
Of course it does.
Well, of course it doesn't. I work for the company. Our policy is no videoing. So I'm asking you nicely if you could just vacate the gatehouse because you're on site videoing.
Can I give you some advice for the future then?
Oh, go on.
To save anybody else going through this, because like I said, I'm always wary of reading all the signs.
Okay.
I try and only go where I'm allowed.
Yeah.
Don't try and break any rules.
No.
Get some signs put up to
Well,
say...
we don't need signs.
See...
I know what you're saying.
Now you're being a little bit belligerent, with all due
No,
respect.
no,
I'm trying to help you out for the future.
My company are not going to put signs up when we've got members of staff.
You've got signs all over the place, with all due respect.
Yeah, that's for people coming onto site.
Exactly.
But you're still on site in here, so I've asked you nicely to not video. You are now still videoing.
Of course I am.
Yeah, so all I'm asking you is a bit of courtesy. I'm being polite. Please don't video within the gatehouse.
Can you see where I'm coming from, though, from a legal
It's
perspective?
got nothing to do with the legalities of it.
Well, it has.
It hasn't, because you're on site.
So, with all due respect to you,
Look,
right,
we're going around in circles, mate.
I'm not going to keep saying it, all due respect, so I'm just going to tell you as it is. If this is publicly accessible, under the law of the land, I can video.
No.
Yes, it's the law of the land.
So, right then, okay then, I'm within my rights now to ring the police and say you are trespassing, because you are within Magnoc's property.
Now, you've just highlighted your lack of knowledge of the law,
No,
because...
I'm not.
And I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude.
I'm asking you.
If you phone the police,
can you stop videoing?
okay,
That's as far
I'm
as
trying to help you out. If you phone the police, so you don't want to know.
No, I'm not going to keep arguing.
I'm trying to educate you for the future. I tell you what, you stay arrogant and you'll never learn fuck all. So there we go, guys. Another. I know, I'm not bothered with this, I'm not bothered with that shit attitude. They'll never learn, will they? They will never learn. First guy, not a problem. Told him what I was doing, happy to let me crack on. Jack the lad, proper attitude, wasn't going to listen. Let him phone the police, see if I care. In fact, I'd be very pleased to see the police, because we don't see them enough down this way. All the guys up in, well, north of Nottingham really, seems to be, or the Midlands. Police seem to come out willy-nilly. We don't get them that often. We would love to see more of them. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to keep walking around. I'm going to respect any signs. Obviously I've read the drone signs and everything else. I don't think I can go through here, because there is a sign here that says no unauthorized access, and it's the same one as before, a protected site, so I can literally go up to the gate and not any further. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit for you, show you the building at the back. So the guy did confirm that what they're doing is that they are decommissioning, I think is the correct word for this place. Which is a bit strange, because in the news recently I definitely saw that they were thinking about building new nuclear power stations. So I'm going to have to check that out a bit. If anybody's got any information on that, by all means let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime, like I said, we can't go in there because it clearly states no unauthorized access. there is an Oldbury technical centre, which, now here's a question for people in the comments, does that negate the no unauthorised access, because that is a different business? You can just see it over in the through the fence, not there, come round a bit. Oldbury Technical Centre, don't know, but we'll have a little wander around a bit more. Try and get another couple of angles of the place. Obviously no fly zone for the old drones, not a problem. So we're not far from Thornbury, which is probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles from the police station at Filton/Patchway. So if the police are coming, they certainly won't take long to get here. What we'll do, we'll just film a little bit more of the visitors' reception, which of course, as we always try and tell them, that means publicly accessible. Legitimate business for going in, because I was asking questions. Anybody know why the drains are painted blue and white? If you do, leave a comment. So we'll have a little look over this way. See what we can see. So this is a conference centre by all accounts. So I've got a cleaning station inside for the COVID stuff. Big grip bins. So we'll have a little wander over this way. So that's interesting, because just here we have a nature trail. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to have a little wander down here, and what I will do, if we get any more contact or see anything of interest, I'll pick it back up and we'll see if we can get any other angles of the power station. This time of year, obviously all the bushes are greened up, so the chances of seeing anything could be limited. But yeah, so what I'll do, guys, I'll pick it up in a little while. So guys, we have found a gap into another field, and we can see into the site a bit more. We're going to get a bit closer, see what we can see. Would be nice to know if they're actually going to level it and maybe build something else here, or whether they're going to do like they've done up at Barclay, where they've closed parts of the site. They've refurbished some buildings for other businesses, and they have rebuilt a couple of areas for other businesses. So we're going to come down to the fence line and I'll pick it up in a second. So obviously the signs relate to the other side of this fence, and again, no drone zone, unauthorised use of drones in this area strictly prohibited. So if there's any auditors watching that want to come up and do a drone thing up here, we can have a look. DJ has been very clever of late. He's checking out the no-go zones, and he's taking off and getting some really good angles from further afield. So shout out to anybody out there with the drone that wants to come. I'm just going to walk the fence line a little bit. There's some big old cameras in there. They almost look as though they were put in the 60s. It's that sort of the Avengers type program era. So licensed site boundary, Nuclear Installations Act 1965 as amended, very faded. The drone signs look relatively new. As I said, the access is the other side of this fence. There is absolutely nothing to stop anybody walking this bit. So if I come away from the fence a little bit and we'll just give you a, don't know if you can get the perspective of the size of this place, but it is pretty big. So another one of those big cameras there from the 1960s by the look of it. So the direction we're taking at the moment, there's lots of people on site. I've got to say, lots of people not doing a lot but walking around. We're walking down and we're going to get close to the what I classed as the reception area. So old Mr. Fussy Pants, who started to have the meltdown even though he said he was asking politely, might see us, might decide to phone the police. So we've got the main administration building through there. Again, not knowing much how these places run, I wouldn't have expected to see that many office parts, but then I suppose you'd have all your different sections, wouldn't you? So yeah, so this brings us back down to the gate lock area. Gates are just closing now, so this gives you a slightly different look into where we were. We were just the other side. So not a lot to see. It's pretty aged actually. It's sort of showing that it's an older design. So we'll head on back the way we've come. So I'll drop it there and pick it up if we get contact or anything else happens, or if I find something interesting. I do have to say, guys, that looking at the state of the cameras, looking at the age of the building itself, this particular area, just the other side of this double fence, actually is quite modern. Now, is that because it's accommodation for workers or what? Obviously, if anybody knows, they are porter cabins, so they're not meant to be here permanently, but they do look in very good condition, and only seem to be in this part. The porter cabins further over there now seem to be more of your late 70s early 80s design. So no idea really, but like I said, if anybody has any idea whatsoever, because some of you subscribers come up with the most amazing information at times, please drop it in the comments and let everybody find out. So catch you in a bit. So this would be classed as the back end, or one side, and you can see it stretches quite a way, and you can also see that you've got these sensors. I'm assuming they are motion detectors so that people could be picked up. There's lots of cameras down here. I can count, what's that, 1 2 3 4 5, a mobile camera on a post, and then the outer fence again is a long old trek. So what we'll do, we're going to have a look down here as well. So So again, when I get a little bit further down, or if somebody approaches, I will get back to you. I have just noticed that the camera on the corner, so the one up there, I'll just show you up there, that one is watching us, because I did say to the first fella in reception, feel free to watch me. So let's see what's down this way. So you can see now from here that this is another angle of the largest part of the building. Just zoom in a little bit for you. Mega structure, it certainly is, and I've noticed that in places the fence has been repaired. Another small repair there are some bigger ones, which suggests to me it's to stop bunny rabbits and the likes getting in, because they will of course trigger these sensors that are positioned everywhere. There's one of the slightly larger repairs. So again, I'll go a bit further, pick it up and show you anything else. So an interesting development, we're in the bottom corner now. So this is the side nearest to the River Severn, and we have a bend in the fence, or a right turn if you like. Not a lot on the inside of there. I'm not sure if that's what does that say? I can't quite read it from this angle. Oh, that's incinerator oil. And then over the back it looks like they've got their own sort of sewage treatment, but I might be wrong. The River Severn's down this way, so we'll have a wander down this bit and we'll pick you back up when we get there. Just before I cut it off this time, for those with keen ears, you may keep hearing a beeping sound. We're being shadowed by a man with a walkie-talkie, but he's playing sort of hide and seek. I've seen him a couple of times, but so I do expect when we get back towards the gatehouse there may be a reception party. We'll wait and see. So here we are at the river's edge. Quite a wide part of the River Severn. Just past here it actually becomes non-navigable. You can only get up to this bit at certain times. So that's the River Severn. Nothing else to see within the confines of the power station. So we'll head on back. But anyway, we're taking a slight detour back to the gatehouse, because we were watched on that corner camera for some way. We're actually in a dead spot now, so we won't know where we are till we appear on another camera. So we're back onto the tarmac road, heading back down. So we're going to be bringing this one to a close. I just hope that all you watching appreciate the distances us guys walk to get you some footage. It can't always be fireworks. That's the nature of the day. You know, sometimes we meet really nice, friendly people, other times we meet the tyrants and the unprofessionals. A little bit of activity going on, high vis sort of business, probably private security, but we will hang on. Might be local police waiting to talk to us. So who knows, you never know in these day and age. So hello. Yeah, come on out. I'd rather you come out. I don't want to get into trouble by being anywhere I shouldn't.
We just wondered what you were doing filming.
So you don't want to come out?
Company policy won't allow us, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll tell you what then, I'll meet you halfway and I'll come to you.
Yeah.
I don't want to break your company policy.
Right.
I was just enjoying the rest because that's a bloody long walk round that fence line.
We just wondered why you were filming.
Wondering why I was
what
filming.
you were filming.
Okay, it's a private project I'm working on.
Right.
Okay.
As in.
See, now there's a clue in that. Was you the guy I spoke to in there? You look different this side of the screen. Private.
Private, right.
But the reason we asked for it is because obviously in these heightened security times,
I'm very aware of that, young man, yeah.
you know,
I did notice that on your sign.
Yeah, and obviously you're videoing security cameras. and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
just
that.
showing my viewers that I was being watched, you know.
Yeah, so,
We call it cam back in the
Who
industry.
are you working for then? What?
Do you not get private?
yeah,
And I'm not being funny.
Yeah,
I can't give you too much information. It's a private project.
Right.
So there's the clue there. I tried to be as open as I could with these guys.
Yeah.
We seem to be getting stuck on a couple of points, so we sort of left it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Agreeing to disagree.
well,
Yeah.
there is actually a sign in the gatehouse which says no cameras.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, that's why I was saying, you know, and obviously we were going around in circles there. I wasn't going to argue with you because
No, that's fine. I'm not going to repeat myself over
No,
that
that's
either,
fine.
but I do tend to read everything, and I
Yeah.
don't try and go where I'm not allowed to. But under section 33,
Are you doing this now, are you?
of course I am.
Well, I don't want it done to me. I
Well,
don't
hang
want
on a
it done
minute.
to
You knew I was filming, and you've called me over to you, so that's a bit of a...
me. Yeah, well,
hang on, let me ask you a question then.
Yes, mate.
Is this for your personal use, or is this going to be put on the open
Well, put it
web?
this way. This is a personal camera.
Yeah.
I'm a personal person.
Yep.
It's a private project.
Okay.
There is a possibility that some of the footage could be used on people's websites or
Right.
anything else,
that's
So
definitely
because-
a no-no then, isn't it?
because that is the world that we live in today, and that is not breaking any legislation or any laws of the land.
But what about people like? I know you're saying you're doing this
Yeah.
as a private thing. What about our privacy?
Right, listen, I'm happy to answer as many questions as you've got for me, as long as you let me finish. Because in there
Well,
it got a
don't
bit,
wanna be-
didn't
I
it?
don't want to be on film.
I understand that.
And
Nor
nor
do
does
I,
my
so
colleague.
I would like you
But
to take
again,
me on.
like I said, you've approached, you knew I was filming,
Yeah, yeah.
you obviously knew I was filming. This stays on for my safety. As police officers, they put their body cams on all the time for their safety. We,
Safety of who?
well, I'm just going to explain to you.
Right.
We
I
get
know what you're saying.
we get people that are not very friendly at times, and we need to protect ourselves because of what we're doing. So this never goes off. Sometimes I do wear a body cam. I haven't got one on today. This is just a mic. I've left mine way down the road because I didn't think here would be a problem. I didn't think anybody would attack me. It has happened in the past.
Right.
Well,
So that's why we never turn it off.
okay.
So with all due respect, in the future, don't approach a man with a camera if you don't want to be filmed.
Yeah. Well, trouble is,
And I'm trying to be light-hearted,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you've got a very serious face on you.
Yeah,
Like.
It is.
well,
Come on, lighten up.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
well,
obviously what you got to bear in mind is this is a nuclear power station.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
Heightened security.
that is why
Yeah.
you're here.
Yeah,
And that's why, so obviously that's why we ask the questions, because it's not the norm for someone to walk around taking video
Yep.
of our security systems
Yep.
and video inside our foyer
Yep.
and stuff like that.
this is why I was trying to tell you earlier, for future reference, change some of your signage
There is
slightly.
a sign in there, that's what I tried to
Yeah,
explain to you.
yeah, but this is where the law is a bit funny for people. Because it's a visitor reception,
For people coming onto site.
hang on, let me finish, because it doesn't say that. It says Oldbury site visitor reception. I'm trying to help you out here, guys, for the future, because this could happen again. Not by me, because I've been. Under section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, okay, that covers legislation of filming in public accessible areas, public property, and in publicly accessible areas of private property. Now, your signs that says no admission, that's a no-no. We don't cross those boundaries. That's one of those little grey areas in a way,
Yeah,
because
that's
if I
probably
need to
where
talk
it's
to you,
weird.
because
Yeah,
I was
hang on.
trying to check if they had a visitor centre, because I was led to believe you had a visitor
Yeah,
centre.
years ago we did have.
So I said to the guy, I'm sorry, I've been misinformed. All I'm going to do is film around outside. You probably watched me over there. There's a sign clearly stating I didn't go on those gates, and I've walked around the perimeter. So I don't ever overstep the boundary if I can help it.
Okay.
I do stand me ground at times because we have to, because understandably you don't know everything about the law, and in security you don't.
No,
You know,
no, we don't.
it's like a
But-
GP in it. You go with a bad toe, he might be able to help you. You go with a bad ear, he ain't got a clue.
Okay.
So
honest.
Well, I don't want. If you can get rid of.
Do you know what? I'm going to plaster this all over YouTube now and make you a star because you've been lovely.
Sean's royal.
And you sort of remind me of my sister-in-law. You've got
Oh,
a
do
very
I?
similar
Oh,
features,
right.
and she can be very hard-faced at times.
thank you.
But when she smiles, she
Yeah,
softens, and that's what you've done. So, and we had it off on the wrong foot. So,
Yeah,
so
that's fine,
you
that's
know.
fine. Obviously, I got to do my job.
Of course,
You're
of
doing
course,
your job.
and that's why I was trying to remain polite
Yeah,
and
same as me, that
respectful.
was why I would.
Exactly.
Where else do you take the cameras then?
Excuse me.
Where else have you been with this? You know?
What, today, this
No,
year?
This year. What?
Oh, blimey, I've been all over. It'd be too long to let you know. I'm out most days. So places that you would know. You know the I say new incinerator. It's been open a few years up off the
Yeah,
M5. Been up
Redditch.
there.
That weird one.
That weird one. Been up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the
So you're
visitor
not
centre was
working with
closed.
These people, what are they called?
I'm not an anti anything.
No, right. No, right, okay.
I'm not going to say any more than that. Not going to, you know. In fact, I was down at the docks at Avonmouth.
Right.
What's today? Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday. And they've got some brand new signs up about that to stop them congregating, putting up tents, parking cars. Hopefully that will never be a problem there because, like I checked, I think it was your colleague that told me it's been decommissioned. My questions around that, I don't know if there's anything on the website to tell me, is there a time frame for that, or
I think there's.
We don't know.
Yeah, I think
You
there is
know.
a few things on there.
because the government were on about reopening nuclear sites because of the power problems, but because this I mean,
This has gone too far.
I know a guy that used to work here, and he ended up staying up in Thornbury because he loved the area.
Yeah.
And he's going back. I mean, he's got to be, what's he now, 70 odd. So, and he came here as a young man. So it just seems a shame that if it's working and if it's clean energy, if you can ever say there's clean energy, that it's a shame to close it down. But no, I'm not an anti anything.
Yeah. I think
Well, I
it's got
am.
shelf life
I'm
stuff.
I'm anti arseholes, but.
Okay,
um,
well,
But one thing I've discovered, I've got somewhere to walk the dog. Beautiful around there. I take it these are apple trees and stuff over the back here.
yeah.
Oh, there is
Is-
apple, yeah. There's
Are they
cider
cider apples? So is there a farmer comes and collects them and
Yeah.
good
apple,
stuff?
and there's also bees out there as well.
Is
so-
there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's good because I love the wildlife. So
Yeah,
you
well,
know
it's a nature reserve here. like.
exactly, and I was pleased to see that. And I like the signs that said "Don't enter" as well, and keep your dog on the lead. But people still leave dog poo, don't they? Which is a bit frustrating. But
Yeah, unfortunately.
anyway, so are we leaving as friends?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, good. Yeah.
Best friends, yeah.
Good. I did wonder when I got back if I was going to see 4 police riot vans and blue lights and firearms, and because they have been called on us in the past, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
It's just like a nuclear, you know, because we're
Of
nuclear
courds.
and with lots
Yeah.
of things going on in the world.
yeah,
And we're
We
on
have-
heightened security.
yeah. No, I did spot that. I made a point of that, and as I said, going forward, you may get other people doing this because it's a new phenomenon that's been going a couple of years now, and it's growing at a tremendous.
I've seen that audit bloke.
That audit bloke.
Yeah, is it the same sort of thing?
There's probably about 200 that I'm aware of. Give me a name.
I don't know what his name is. I think he's maybe Italian.
Would it be AB?
That's it. Yeah.
AB is
He does
The Godfather. he's the godfather of auditing.
Yeah.
He's been doing it. I think it's about 7 years now.
He tends to.
He does
around-
police stations.
yeah,
He
police
does.
stations.
If he walks by it and it looks interesting, he'll do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so it's the
Is
same
it that sort of thing?
That sort of thing.
Right,
Yeah, he was up in Birmingham the other day at a Diamond Quarter. You can imagine filming there. The
Yeah.
security were a little bit OTT, but no, it's a phenomenon. If you get enough subscribers and you get enough people viewing your stuff, you do tend to get to a level where you can earn some money from adverts.
No.
I have done police stations, but I've got to say, Gloucestershire, 10 out of 10 all day long. Avon and Somerset, 9 out of 10. I was doing a business park and a couple of armed coppers turned up. One was as good as gold, one wasn't. And then the one who was as good as gold, after a 30-minute interaction, he said, I don't want to be filmed, by the way. So you can imagine what I said, can't you? So anyway, listen guys, you stay safe.
Okay.
You probably won't ever see me again unless you see me walking the dog. No nefarious intentions. I'm not anti anything, so keep up the good work, and I'll try and find some more info out online.
Yeah, lovely.
Cheers guys, you take care, yeah?
Have a good evening.
And you. So, Oldbury power station guys, The guy that started to get a bit shirty inside, slightly different attitude when he come out. Obviously they're in-house security with the high vis. I did wonder at one stage if she was police. I didn't bother asking for ID and all that stuff because half the time you don't get it, and I don't need it. I'm not putting a complaint in. I do understand where they're coming from, you know, nuclear power site, heightened security, all that sort of stuff. I'm not stupid, you're not stupid, but we've still got the right to do what we do. And the only reason in the early days I picked up the camera is because I was watching people like AB, Live Free, Marty Blackburn, the list is endless, and I was shocked at the way they were treated. So I thought I'd do my little bit. And of course, the good news for you guys, if you're still watching at this late stage of the video, I am going to be going further afield now the operation's out of the way. And hopefully I will come across some of these tyrant police forces, and we'll see if we can bring a change from the expose and educate angle. But for now, expose and educate, give us a thumbs up. The miles I've walked today has got to be worth a few of you sharing it. And of course, if you haven't subscribed. Take care, whatever you're up to, and we will catch you on the next one. Cheers.